book talks a lot about some of these principles that we've heard about in other books, but it has 9 experiments. So what it does is it brings it to life. I mean, it's where you see it with your own 2 eyes. So some of the books, like Louise Hay's books, I mean, there have been books out there about this fact that our thoughts create our reality. What we think about expands in our life. Wherever we focus our attention expands in our life. We animate whatever we place our attention on. But if it's a theory, it's just a theory. So it needs to be practical. It needs to be something you can see with your own 2 eyes, something you can play with your hands. So basically what this is taking all those principles that we've been reading about and theorizing about and putting them into practice and actually using them and seeing that, wow, it's not just the priest that does it or not just, somebody else. It's we can do it. We're connected to that big energy field. So it's a way to, bring it home for people, a way to actually see that it works. So, yeah. Because you already are all those things. You already are loving and joyful. All those things, abundant. The world is abundant. All these things are already there. But because we're focusing on this other story, this other reality that we've made up, then we continue to see that. So basically, more than really helping ourselves, it's like not helping ourselves. It's like letting go of all the things that we were taught as kids, all the things our culture tells us, all the things we think is reality, and then we realize what is left, what is true, is this, this cauldron of possibility, of joy and possibilities. I believe that we're kind of seeing the last throes of it. I do feel that I think all kinds of new exciting things are happening. People are opening up to some of these ideas. And I think that at some point it'll be like the 100 monkey thing where it'll just flip over and everybody will get it suddenly. I mean, that's what I believe. So I feel like we might see some of the last vestiges of it, out there in the world. Like people are becoming more consumer. We see some of that, but I do think it is changing. That's what I see. I would say feelings are probably the most important thing. And I mean, the thing I like to say is set it and forget it. Like you make the intention, but then if you keep focusing on it, you keep focusing on that you don't have it. So it's better to just, you set it and just to trust the universe. It's fine, everything's fine. And then it will just come to pass. So probably the less we do in our little monkey minds trying to figure it all out, the better that it works. So I think letting go, just like I said, set it and forget it. But you feel it, yes, it's like you focus on the end result, focus on how you want it to be. Because again, you're going to draw forth whatever you're focusing upon. So if you're focusing on the end result, don't even think about the steps it takes to get there. Focus on what you want. I mean, feel that. I mean, is it, feel it, just be it. Be who it is that you want to be, because it is who you are. It's just you've been focusing on other things. So. I think, I've got a new book that comes out after E Squared, and I talk a little bit about that in the terms of, I like to talk about this power in like electricity, because it doesn't have the baggage that sometimes, a lot of people think of as God, and there's some baggage like, oh, I have to do this many things, and we have all this guilt around God. So if you think of it in terms of electricity, where it's available to everyone, it's available just because it's available. It's not like you have to do anything, you just plug it in and there it is. So there's a term called resistors in electricity, and I think a lot of us, and that changes the electrons that come through the current. And a lot of us do have resistors. Like, again, it's our beliefs and our expectations. If we believe in limitations, then we're going to only see that part of the world that has the limitations. So the world forms, through quantum physics, this big consciousness forms up to our beliefs and expectations. So all of us do have these blockages. Well, up until now, because I don't ever want to affirm that I have the blockages, but we tend to have these patterns, these ruts that we're in. And so the more we can let go of those patterns and ruts, the more we can be free to experience all that's possible. So. Exactly. By being happy. You know what? I think the thing that changed me from it is when I started doing the gratitude, because I get up every morning and I say something amazingly awesome is going to happen to me today. And I set that intention. That's what I expect. I mean, the Course in Miracles is very clear that perfect happiness is my divine right. That is what we are that's what we have. That's what we can have. But as long as we keep looking for other things, we're going to keep finding other things. So to really, I say something, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the miracles. I'm looking for the happiness. I'm looking for the joy. The truth, which is the truth with a capital T. You know, we have the little truth with a small t, but that's not reality.